DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some what? Viewer and parental discretion is advised. And welcome back to an episode of DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan. And Ladies' Night is actually going on for a little while longer. Right now, I'm actually segueing into what I actually got over at TFCon. One of the things that I've actually gotten, and it was Patriot Prime and Engineer Hoist, who actually picked these guys up for me while they were actually over at Ross, was Crasher. Every single place I actually looked in Walmarts all over Florida and like a couple of other places in like a couple of other states, no one was actually able to find one. And then Ross actually started selling these, and Patriot Prime and Engineer Hoist were actually in the vicinity and said, hey, do you want one? And I was sure to make sure that they actually snagged one for me. I really appreciate it, guys. You know, you guys rock so hard right now and everything, you know, and getting me this last and everything was actually putting you over the top. And I really appreciate you. Here goes Crasher. I didn't think I was actually going to have any GoBot goodness in my collection or anything like that. But there she is, and they have actually did a huge favor for me by getting her. There goes the back of the box, and she is actually coming from the Legacy Walmart line from the Velocitron Speedia collection. I kind of wish Walmart actually kept up the Speedia collection because I'm digging that whole entire thing and everything like that. But then there were a couple of characters who weren't able to be found that are now being found over in Ross, i.e. Cosmos. I'm really hoping that we're actually going to get a Galaxy shuttle or something sooner or later. Please, Transformers gods, please let there be a Galaxy shuttle in my future, because I really would love to actually have him finally and everything. I kind of like consider him to kind of like be like almost a big brother to Jazz. In any case, let us get on with this Ladies' Night. And then you wonder why Twincast and Slam Dance were the only two guys that actually made it into the last video. You know, they actually paid a pint of blend and $52,000. I mean, you know, it's a small price to pay, guys. It's a small price to pay. In any case, let us get into Crasher. Welcome to the show. To say that I am excited that Crasher actually made it into the collection is an understatement. Here she is, drifting into our world here, and she is just looking amazing. I am really loving this. One thing I actually have to say is that although I really enjoy the reuse of the Mirage mold in this version, I kind of feel as though maybe the drag strip mold might have actually made a better Crasher and everything, because like I keep on thinking about that, and I keep on thinking about getting the black version. What was that character called? I can't remember offhand or anything like that, but give me a second. But to think of that mold being in black and then added red and maybe like a couple of other things here and there, and I think would have actually gotten a better Crasher than we actually have right now. But she is very, very cool, sporting the number 1 and a Decepticon logo right on her chassis right over here. It's actually very, very cool, and I've got to really say that the addition of black on this figure is actually really, really cool. Our wheels are actually they're not pinned in. They're actually pegged in right over here by those two little flaps there and everything like that. But like, it's really not bad at all and everything. I really like this a lot. I kind of wish that there was a way to like actually, on my copy, this section over here kind of like comes out a little bit more, and I kind of wish that there was a way to like kind of like adjust this to fix this so it can actually stay together just a little bit better. And here go the blasters that are actually on the ulterior sides of her and everything. She actually has one blaster that was actually used by that was actually used by Mirage and everything, but now painted in black and everything, so that's actually kind of cool. And we actually also have a rocket launcher slash mini blaster slash rocket combo and everything over here, so that's actually really nice also. And I think it's actually kind of cool to like actually see these getting a little bit of color. I would have actually also liked to see like maybe a little bit of red put into the rocket launcher itself and everything, because I think the added color would have actually been great for sprucing up Crasher over here. But I really like her a lot and everything, and just having a Crasher in my collection kind of makes me hopeful that we'll actually be able to get like the inevitable other GoBots and everything like that, Leader 1 and Psykill and that sort of thing. I would love to see a Turbo. Like, that would actually be very cool. I don't know about I don't know about Scootor or anything like that, but like a Turbo, definitely. I think that would actually be amazing. And since we were doing a quick comparison contrast video over here, let us bring in a little bit of Shadow Striker so you can actually see how that looks. A little bit of Fractal here and everything, and this was the original thought of GoBot's Crasher actually being a part of the Transformers G1, and I really still like this. This is actually an older version of Mirage, and it still holds up to today. I think the smaller head that's actually contained in here actually kind of like makes for kind of like a nice proportions for this vehicle. And here we go with Mirage over here, and again, just really nice color contrast and everything here. The one thing that I can actually say about Crasher over here is that on the inside, this color right over here on the front is actually broken up a little bit more and everything to give way to like maybe white seats and everything. On this version of Mirage, I kind of feel like we should have actually had something else that actually breaks up the contrast and everything between this part of the car and everything and the seats over here and everything like that. And it would have actually been nicer to actually see, but I still love this version of Mirage, and I still think he actually stands up. There's like a lot of like people who actually kind of like feel as though like Mirage could have actually used like another mold altogether. I mean, granted, but at the same time, it's still holding up right now and everything until we actually do get like maybe a studio series Mirage or something, which I would actually love to see. I would love to see exactly how they would actually face Mirage after a little time off from thinking about him and everything. But there we go. There goes Crasher Mirage here, and I think they're actually very cool. So since this is actually a quick preliminary review and everything like that, let us get into transformation over here, and let's check out how awesome Crasher is in her robot mode. Headshot! Crasher takes a flying leap and starts her mid-air transformation. So here we go. We're actually going to start off by lifting her arms right over here. After that, I'm actually going to concentrate on the legs. Now, there is a lot going on over here. You actually want to separate the legs enough so you can actually get like all the connecting pieces right over here separated and everything. And then we are actually going to go over here, and then I'm just going to give this a little bit of bend. Now on my Mirage, this actually holds together a little bit more securely and everything. There are a couple of pegs that are actually located right over here that are usually underneath the hood. So you want to just like move that over, and then there's another peg that's actually right underneath here that you actually just want to flex a little bit. And I would actually just say just a little bit, only to get it over this piece right over here and everything. Once you're actually done with that, just straighten the foot out and then turn these wheels inside, and then that's what it'll actually look like on the inside and like on the outside and everything. So this is the front of the car, and then this piece goes and just comes right in, and then you give that leg a turn, and then there goes the front of the leg right there. And now we're actually going to do the same thing on the other side. We'll this time move the wheel all the way inside. We'll move the leg so that piece actually comes out, and this one looks like it's actually gotten out a little bit easier. So all you have to do is just take this, straighten out the foot, bring all of this down, and there's actually an arm that actually like leads over to this part of the conversion, and then we just want to give that leg a twist, and then there goes 2 legs all done. And now what we actually want to do over here is we'll actually separate these pieces. These are actually going to be the arms. And then on my copy of Crasher, just remove this. And on my copy of Crasher, this seems a little bit loose and everything. So her head actually kind of like flies off a little bit easier and everything. I haven't decided whether or not I'm actually going to drill a hole, a little bit of a bigger hole in here, and then use like maybe a little bit more kikis to actually set her back in here and everything like that. It's either that, or else it's actually finding like the right, let's see, like the right heat to plastic ratio and everything, so I could actually get all of that set in there and everything. But for now, let's just pretend that this actually smooths over and then just like rolls over the way it should, and then that actually should lock this piece in, and then we'll lock it over here as well. So there we are. And then bring the wheels on the inside just like that, and that actually situates her back, and then accordion this piece all the way down here just like so, and then that will actually snap everything right in there. And then all you want to do is bring the shoulders down. There is a peg connection that goes right over here, so just peg that in. And if you want to like move the if you actually want to move the spoiler, you can, or you can actually leave it over here. It's kind of like more of your choice than anything else. But there goes the hand, and now we're going to do the same thing right on the other side, and then there we are. And now we actually have Crasher in robot mode, and she is awesome. That's exactly what I'd actually expect from Crasher. I really love this face. Now, the face could actually be a whole lot better, but I kind of feel as though that face actually kind of like almost like really gives me that grimacing smile that she should actually have and everything. I kind of wish that they actually painted her lips more than anything else, because the lips themselves would have actually been great if they actually like added like a red to like the underside and the bottom of her lip and everything like that to actually give us more of that Crasher look and everything. But she like they actually used like a G1 version of Mirage's head correctly on this, and I think it's actually kind of nice. There are a couple of like head upgrades that I'm actually kind of considering, but I won't really consider it unless I actually have that maniacal laugh that she's actually supposed to have and everything like that, because like I think that would actually make the difference to me on a Crasher head more than anything else. But she actually does come with that mask that's actually surrounding her gold eyes and everything here, so that is actually very, very cool. They could have actually gone along with the white, and I would have actually been okay with that too. We actually have like number 1 on her faux chest right over here, so that's actually really nice as well. I mean, they really covered a lot of her great color scheme over here. We actually have like red trunks right over here and everything like that to actually accentuate the black that's actually going on in here and everything like that, and the white legs going into some black. This gloss on here on the paint is actually really, really nice. I really find myself loving that a lot. And they follow that a lot along the arms and everything too, along with the matte that's actually going on over here and everything. Like I said before, there like aside from me having like my my faux pas here with the head and everything like that not situating itself as well as it should, it's a really great figure. I really like this a lot. Now, I keep on still thinking to myself that the drag strip version of the Eraser would have actually been great for this and everything altogether. And in fact, they actually do have like a black version of that drag strip and everything like that. I want to call him, I can't remember. I really can't remember what his name is. I'll tell you that name was actually driving me crazy. Shadow Strip. If I actually had a choice between both body types and everything, I would really think that the Shadow Strip body would have actually been great to actually use for Crasher here. Sorry about that, just let me just trying to get this peg situated here and everything. But I really think that Shadowstrip would have actually been the greatest character to actually use for this. But I really don't have an issue with this either or anything like that. I think that she actually looks dope in this and everything like that. And can I say it? She is just really every bit as of Crasher as I think Crasher should actually be. And I'm super happy that I was able to get her into my collection. She actually has 2 blasters over here, in which case I'm actually going to use them as blasters. So she actually has this cannon right over here, and we actually have this blaster right over here. That's actually really, really awesome and everything. They are blast effects compatible. So if you actually wanted to use like electronic devices here and everything like that for blast effects and everything like that, let's just give her a little bit of like electric green here and everything. She can actually use that as her main primary weapons here and everything, so that actually looks really cool. But I really do also wish that she actually came with her own primary, like her own blast effect. She carries an electrical charge, like if she actually stops, she's actually supposed to have like this electrical thing that actually comes out from her legs and everything, just thus destroying her enemies and everything like that. I think that would have actually been great. I would love to like actually see like blast effects being used for that. Also, with this, you actually have, even before Evo Fusion actually came out, you actually have Evo Fusion with this as well and everything. So let us just take this apart, and we actually have this double blaster right over here and everything, this double blaster sniper rifle, I guess, you know, so that's actually really cool also and everything. And I love the fact that you can actually have so much playability, and if you actually wanted to use this as like a smaller blaster, you can, you know, your choice is yours and everything like that. You do anything that you actually want to do with your figures, because whatever you do is right. For articulation, she actually has a 360 spin right on her head right over here, and her head is actually kind of like a little bit more back and everything. You actually find the same thing with Mirage, and I was actually saying that you actually have like a whole bunch of different bots that actually faces this neck to shoulder ratio a little bit differently and everything. So there goes another difference right over there, where the shoulders are actually like a little bit more forward than the head and everything. So there you go, that's like another way of showing that off and everything. But in any case, so we actually have, if you actually wanted to detach this arm right over here, you can actually use like a backwards, kind of like a backwards butterfly and everything if you actually needed it for any kind of articulated purposes or anything like that. So that's nice. She has a rotational joint right over here on her shoulder. She can go out to that far. If you actually move this spoiler, she can actually go out a little bit further. She has rotation right over here in the upper bicep. She can bend right over here on the elbow. No wrist joint right whatsoever or anything like that, but she actually has a rotational joint right on her waist right over here. She goes out to about that far over this way, to the back, quite far and everything like that. So she can actually make a good donkey kick. She can do the kung fu every single day and everything like that, so that's actually really nice. She has a little bit over 90 degrees on her knee, and she actually has a pivot right over here, and she has the ankle tilt, so that's actually really nice altogether and everything. Dorsiflexion, so that's actually really, really cool and everything, you know. So she does have like quite a bit of articulation. Oh, I didn't even realize she can actually go up slightly and down slightly, so that's actually really nice. So I really do want a maniacally laughing face for Crasher here, and not only that, but I also think that this blast effect was actually almost made for Crasher and everything. I kind of wish that we could actually have this in electric blue, but here goes Crasher compared to Strong Arm, Barrage, Windblade, Override, Twincast, with whom I think this would be an even battle. And let's also have a little femme fatale badness with Crasher, Shadow Striker, and Fractal. And over here, Fractal and Crasher, they are very much worlds away from each other. Fractal is like a lot taller and everything, and I actually thought her face was actually significantly smaller than Crashers. Seriously, like, they really don't they're really not too badly off from one another, and you can always use Fractal as another character from the line and everything, since she was originally sold as Fractal. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm actually going to do with my original Crasher or anything like that yet. She was at one time an honorary member of my Stunticons and everything like that, but like, since my collection has actually grown a lot more, I'm actually still wondering what I'm actually going to do with her. In any case, Crasher is amazing. I really like her a lot. Final thoughts are coming up. We are being spoiled as collectors. I know we're being spoiled as collectors. You know, when you actually have specialty characters like Crasher coming along, you know that we're actually being spoiled as collectors and everything, but I don't mind it at all, because if we actually keep on getting characters from like beyond the scope of just Transformers and everything, and we're starting to go into GoBots territory, it actually gives that much more to love and everything, and that much more to love from the franchise. I'm actually really enamored with the fact that I actually got this. Again, Patriot Prime Engineer Hoist, thank you so much for finding her for me. A character I didn't even think that I would actually have in my collection, and being spoiled, now I do. I'm actually thrilled to actually be able to present her to you, the first of my TFCon 2023 lineup and everything. I actually have 2 more characters to go, and 1 more they actually got that was actually from an eBay source, but then, a Mercari source, but then all of a sudden I actually got him during TFCon, so I'm actually going to add him onto my TFCon playlist and everything. If there is anything that you would actually like to see, just let me know and everything. Like, I might have it somewhere and everything. You know, I'm actually super thrilled. I can't wait to bring you the next one, and I haven't figured out exactly what order I'm actually going to go in. You never know. Thanks for joining me for her. Does she actually belong in your collection? It all depends. How big a fan are you of the GoBots? You know, that's another story altogether. You know, failed line. Well, not really failed line. It was actually kind of like one of those things that it was like one of the things that actually got us into Transformers in the first place and everything. For me, it was actually that, Micronauts, a whole bunch of other figures, what do you call it, Shogun Warriors, just to key you into how old I am, ancient but timeless, you know? So if there are characters that are actually out there that actually cues me into like how amazing bots actually are and how much she's actually worth putting into your collection, I really think Crasher is actually one of them, along with Cosmos, along with a few of the others. I mean, I get, as I said before, I'm still looking for Galaxy Shuttle and everything, and then that would actually, I don't know, is that going to be like the last holy grail? Probably not, but we'll see. In any case, I think she's awesome. You should actually have her in your collection. She's actually showing up at Ross and everything, so if you actually have a chance to get her at, you know, like $7, $8. It really isn't too bad for this figure. It's all about fun at a bargain at that moment in time, and I think that she's actually great. If I actually have a chance to find a Shadow Strip, I may think about getting him all together. And another Crasher, because who knows if I'll actually be able to combine them to become like one of the best Crashers that I possibly could actually think of. In any case, I hope you enjoy her if you actually do. I hope every single one of you have actually been able to find great bargains out there and everything. So happy hunting, everyone. And that is it for me for today. I really appreciate that each and every one of you actually took a chance to come in through my trip through nerddom and check me out and everything like that, and watch me kind of like love this character altogether and everything. I really appreciate you all. Mental health check. Make sure that you're treating each other and yourselves as supremely as can actually be. Make sure that you're treating yourselves goldenly. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, exercise, do all the things that are actually do all the things that actually can actually create better things for you and everything, because you know you're number one in your own book and everything like that, and that should actually be like the most pinnacle thing. Make sure that your positivity actually flourishes out there into the megaverse and everything. Make sure that all of that positivity comes back over to my side and everything, because over in HQ, I could always use some more positivity in my life, and I actually thank you for joining me once again. And if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe, and make sure that you are that you come in and make comments and everything like that. Right now, I think I'm actually still at 728. Please get me over to 800, and then 1,000, and then 1 billion. Hopefully, let's see what happens and everything like that. I could always use some more clap. In any case, I hope that you all have a better day than mine. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.